Hello! Welcome back. Oh, I'm gonna need to move the donation box. That's brand new this stream. And I didn't even think about it covering up the, see if I can do that really quick. There we go. And I'm going to need to change the actual frame as well, but I'll have to do that off camera. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Alright, so I know I said in the last stream that we were going to be doing American Truck Sim this stream, but I decided since we have like so relatively little time until Farming Simulator 19 release, we're just going to continue with Farming Sim, and American Truck Sim is going to take the Flight Simulator spot until I get prepared, which is what any donations towards this channel will go toward. If you look in the description, there's now a donation link. I've enabled donations for the channel. If you want to see FSX or, sorry, Prepared appear on the channel faster, you can throw me a couple bucks and I would greatly appreciate it. But anyway, what we have on the agenda today, you see we have $1.3 million following selling our harvest last stream. And we're going to spend pretty much all of it. So I have purchased some more land. Run up and take a look at the land I've purchased. And this started kind of by accident, purchasing this land. I went to go check the price, and I accidentally purchased it, so I was like, you know what? Let's just purchase all the land here, except for that field. I do not own that field. But I now own the pig farm. We've got field 29, and we've got fields 20 and 19. So this is going to be a great place to store some equipment and pretty much game year. Make enough money to get pigs up and running next year. So the first thing that we're going to do this episode is accomplish our objective from last in-game year, which was purchase a wind energy converter. Oh yeah. I wish I could see which way this was facing. It's so big I can't, so we're just going to put it there, and it might end up facing a different way than what it's facing in the thumbnail, but that's okay. Oh, it's facing the same way. Good. Alright, so now that is going to give us $500 every in-game hour, which is awesome. That's really going to help with our costs and everything. What needs done around the farm? This field right here is actually sown in grass, but this field is going to be like our placeables field. So we're not really ever going to plant or harvest anything on there. These fields look like they're already sown, or do they need plowed? Well, let's check. They do have canola on them already. And they are in their first growth stage. Okay, so fields 19 and 20 are just going to need fertilized eventually, because we're not going to plow over them and lose that canola that's already planted. So we don't need to put canola on the list. So we need to figure out what we're going to do with fields 32, 33, 34, 43, 45, and 35. We've obviously got grass on 36, 37, and 44 already. Well, we're going to need to put poplars somewhere. I was planning on putting poplars up here on field 20. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't want to lose the canola. Speaking of canola. We did sell all of our crop except for the canola and the corn. The corn is going to be used as chicken feed, and the canola will just sell when we get a great demand for it. Everything else we sold, let's see, we sold 146,092 liters of wheat at $1,018 per liter for a total of $148,764. And then we sold 67,240 liters of sunflower at $1,957 a liter for a total of $131,683. Those were both sold at great demand. So that's what I did off camera since the last one. Adam and Johan, hello, how are you guys? Good to see you. As you can see, we just purchased the wind energy converter like we wanted to. So now we're trying to figure out what crops we're going to be planting where. We purchased new fields, and we got 2 canola fields already. Now we just got to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of the fields. We need to plow fields, obviously, so we can go ahead and get that started. I would really like to rent a bigger plow than what I have, just because of how much plowing that we need to do. I'm wondering if that would be worth it. I don't think I have a very large plow. Actually, I have the blue plow, don't I? And it's kept out here. Pretty much if I want to get a bigger plow, I'm gonna have to get like the Big Bud one. Let's see. Plows. Obviously we could get this one for an extra 1.5 meters about. Or we could get this 10-meter one, which requires 550 horsepower to pull. But that's like more than double what we have. What tractor would get 550 horsepower? Johan, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Oh, an announcement for you guys. If you couldn't tell by the new frame on the live stream, I opened up a Facebook page. For those of you that don't have a Twitter, if you have a Facebook, you can follow me on Facebook. 350 horsepower, T9, 469, 492. So basically we would need the quad track or the Challenger in order to pull that plow. And that's a lease of $37,400 with $17,000 per operating hour. How many fields actually need plowed? Let's take a look at that. 32, 34, and 43 are the only ones that need plowed. Which is, to be fair, a decent amount, but I think we can just do that with the plow that we have. Because remember, 19 and 20 are already seeded, so I'm not going to plow up those fields. So we'll just use what we already have. Yeah, use the classic pack plow. I don't think so, Adam. Nice suggestion, though. That is not going to be happening on Lone Oak Farm. No siree. Oh, you know what I want to do first? I want to sell that tractor-powered sugar beet equipment. Because upgrade the small Challenger and buy it. We'll take a look at that. Let's sell this sugar beet equipment though, because that was just kind of annoying to use. When it's time to harvest sugar beets this year, I think we're going to go ahead and rent the large harvester. Gonna need to refuel the John Deere as well, because obviously this is gonna be what we're using for plowing. So our grain crop last year was wheat, and that was planted on field 34. So I think we should go with barley on field 34 this year. Get barley on field 34. We might skip the poplars this year. That was just kind of a major pain. So we definitely want barley. I definitely want soybeans as well. We need corn. And we already have canola. So what I think I'm going to do... Oh, we need sugar beet as well. We're going to go with a smaller field for sugar beet. I don't think we need... And basically, the sugar beet we're not going to sell, we're going to stockpile for pigs. Because the pigs can take sugar beet, right? They're not just potatoes. Yes, they can take sugar beet. So, we'll put... I think we'll put sugar beet on field 32. We'll put corn on field 43. We'll put barley on 33 and 34, and then we'll put soybean on 35 and 45. What do you guys think of that plan? We already have canola on 19 and 20, and field 29 is going to be our placeables. Oh, looking at chat and driving. Hello to those of you just joining us. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you're here. We're trading in our sugar beet equipment. There we go. Alright, someone said to upgrade the small Challenger. So that would be the Field Viper, right? Let's see, that's 314,000 compared to 314,000. Don't I have a Black Beauty version as well? Thought I did. Nope. Oh well. Field Viper. Because why not? How high can we get the horsepower? Only to 438. Don't really know if it's worth it. And then that's $341,000. So we'd have to borrow like another $120,000. And I'm trying to pay off the loan. One thing I thought about doing was selling the combine. Because we're just paying maintenance on the combine all year, and it might actually be more economical to rent the combine in the fall when it's time for harvest, rather than paying maintenance on it all year. So let's actually take a look at... what am I looking at? I'm in the wrong thing. Here we go. We have a Massey Ferguson harvester. It's this one. And the maintenance cost $840 a day. Alright, so $840 a day, and in a year, there's $48. So if I whip out my calculator really quick, 840 times 48, that's $40,320 a year in maintenance cost on just this harvester alone. And I don't know. I mean, I guess if we lease it for $20,000 and then have put 2 or 3 operating hours on it, I think our operation is big enough now where it's actually cheaper to own the harvester, so we won't do that. If we were just starting out, that's what I should have done when we were just starting out. I should have just leased the combine instead of owning it, but oh well, it's too late for that. Adam says the 1050. Is there a different Challenger? I thought the smallest Challenger was the MT700. Yeah, that is the smallest Challenger. Sorry, Adam, I don't know what you're referring to with 1050. I think I have traffic turned off. Yep, sure do. There we go. Well, I have to pay an import cost on the fence. And that's part of the rules that are listed in the description. Debating between paying off my loan and buying a bigger seeder, because the seeder that we have is pretty small for the fields that we're working. So that could be a necessity, but I mean, with the windmill going, we're making $500 a day on the windmill. That's $6,000 a season. Challenger version in the options. Really? I didn't think Farming Sim 17 did that. $900 Vario. Is it something I have in my mods that I looked at and didn't see? $1,000 Vario. 1050 Vario. No, there's can't make the 1050 a Challenger one, unfortunately. I would get on that in a heartbeat. I mean, I could change the colors to match it, but I don't see anything that will let me change this to a Challenger. Check this one. Yeah, see, there's nothing in here. Good thought, though, Adam. It was worth a check. Oh, it's a mod that you have? Okay. I'll have to look into that, because I would really like to have that mod, actually. Did you get it from the Mod Hub, Adam? Yeah, you can do that in FS19, Johan, for sure. It is on the Mod Hub. Alright, I will look on the Mod Hub after the stream and see if I can find it. Because if I can interest and stuff on it. There. Loan repaid. And we got an achievement for it. Huzzah! I don't know why I keep coming in here to grab the plow. Oh, I need to grab the weight. That's why I came in here. Oh, I just realized I did my math wrong on the wind energy converter, because it gives you $500 per hour, not $500 per. So if you assume about 2,000–3,000 of it, seed costs, fuel costs, stuff like that. So we might even be able to purchase a new seeder just off. Maybe we sell our current seeders and rent larger ones, since we have the fields to have a larger one now. I don't know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right now we need to work on plowing our fields. The beautiful sight. There we go, that's what I wanted. Just trying to figure out which setting I wanted for the plow. The who's who of gaming, hello! Good to see ya. We don't have allow create new fields on, so we can just lower this. Let's pull up GPS mod, auto, new, and lock it. Okay, so we need to shrink the working width of this. Getting it. We might be getting it. Ooh, I wonder what it's going to do when we get to the snow. Can the plow destroy the snow? Because it's technically in there as a crop, right? So, yes, plows can destroy snow. That is excellent, useful information. Might as well just do both of these fields at once, right? So just lift up the plow and continue on to the next field. We might not even lift up the plow, to be honest, since allow create new fields is turned off. Also, thinking about it, we should be having these trees that we planted forever ago finally grow this year sometime. Alright, first pass is done. I'm glad it seems that the automatic offset and everything is good. I was a little worried we would be leaving a strip of unplowed land. Man, that windmill just looks great. And the loan is totally paid off. We are doing well for this being our third year. And on hard mode. And using seasons. Alright, so actually we're going to need a lot more corn than I thought we would for when we buy pigs. So if we pull up the map and put away drive control. There we go. I'm thinking 35 should be our cornfield. Maybe even 35 and 45 should be corn. That'll give us a lot of corn, though. I don't know, because I'm going to want a lot of not sugar beet, a lot of soybean as well. Let's go back and get that strip there. Otherwise, I will forget about it. I also probably should have sprayed fertilizer before doing the plowing, but you know what? It's a little too late now. That's alright. We'll get some fertilizer down after we plow, and then we will seed with fertilizer, and then after it grows its first stage, we'll spray fertilizer. So it'll still work out. Now I also want to purchase a semi-truck, like a proper one, not the dump truck that we already have. Because I want to buy a semi-water trailer for taking care of the animals. Especially once we have pigs, we're going to need like a lot more water being able to be moved than what we already have. Speaking of animals, I haven't sold the eggs yet from the chickens. Obviously the eggs from the chickens. What, the eggs from the sheep? Come on. Oh no, we're leaving a little tiny strip all the way down this field. Okay, so what we're going to do... Did I mess this up at all? Yes, I did, apparently. That's why it's... no. This way. Alright, well, this strip is going to have to be tiny, and we're going to have to readjust on the next one. Or, no, that's really bothering me. Alright. Completely distracted me from talking about where I want to plant things. This isn't my field, so kind of being a jerk. Alright. Let's reset here. Pull up this. Working with is not 5.9. It is... Isn't it supposed to be like 4.8? But we're just barely off. So we'll set it to 5.5 and see how that works. Is this going to be good where we are now? Looks like it. Alright, crisis averted. Back to fields. So 44, 36, and 37 are still grass. And they're going to be producing both grass and silage for us. And we're not going to be selling them this year. We're going to be stockpiling them because we're going to need them for the pigs. The pigs need grain, like corn. They need straw. Let's just look. I'm going to open up the menu, because I haven't taken care of pigs in a long time. Animals, pigs. Pigs need water, obviously. They need straw. They need corn specifically. They need wheat or barley. They need a protein, so canola, sunflower, or soybeans. And then they need root crop. So, in the future, those canola fields are going to be dedicated to, like, pig production stuff. And we're going to buy field 28, and then we're going to have all of our pig production stuff around the pig farm. It's like, field 28 could be our corn field, and then 19 could be, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. But we don't have that we don't fully have that luxury this year. So, we need corn, we need barley, we need soy. Alright, sugar beet's going to be field 32. Okay, so sugar beet is going to be 32. I think 33 and 34 can be barley. 43 can be soybeans. 35 and 45 can be corn. That will work, I think. Get that written down so I don't forget. Probably should have rented that bigger plowing equipment. You know what? A plow is something we really shouldn't even own because you only need to do it every 3 years in seasons. So we might just bite the bullet, go rent that larger equipment, get it done. Just because I really hate plowing. But we only have 3 fields that need plowed. So, yeah, it'd be kind of a waste of money. If we had to plow everything, then I would for sure get the bigger plow this year, but we only have 3 fields that we need to plow. And we can get most of it done today, probably, so 1 day of plowing isn't that terrible. I'm just glad we were able to afford that windmill. I feel bad for completely wrecking this field, but not bad enough to stop completely wrecking this field. I'm going to be buying the field eventually anyway. This John Deere definitely handles this plow a lot better than the Case tractors do, though. I really should just let Course Play plow these two fields, but they wouldn't do it at the same time. They do it field by field. And that'd be kind of a waste of time. I'm pretty sure we're saving time in the long run just by doing them together. Really, this plow isn't that bad. It feels small on this size of field, but it's really not that bad. Our yield off these fields is going to be even better this year because we're plowing. Our canola yield is only going to be 90% yield because, like I said, I don't want to plow up that crop that's already planted. That's a waste of seed. We'd probably pay more in seed than we would get from the extra 10%. We should try to run an organic farm someday. No sprays or fertilizers, just using like oilseed radish being plowed in for a fertilizer and weeders. That'd be kind of a fun challenge. I don't want to do it on lone oak because plowing in oilseed radish would be a huge pain. I've never even planted oilseed radish in Farming Sim. I don't even know if it gives you full fertilization or 2 stages of fertilization or what. We should do that when we have another means of fertilization. Cough, cough, slurry, and solid manure. Yeah, Johan, it is a big plow for real life, I would imagine. I'm sorry, you probably put that comment a while ago. I just checked chat now. We're going to have to buy some fertilizer. Or not fertilizer, we're going to need to buy some seeds. No, not seeds. Which one's red? I think seeds are red and fertilizer's white, so we're going to need to buy more fertilizer. Because our storage shed is just about out. And that'll be after we plow up these fields. We'll get some fertilizer down on all the fields that need fertilizer. We also need to restock on liquid fertilizer. You know, we might buy the large liquid tanker before we have a semi-truck that can pull it, because we could just also buy a dolly and use our ram to pull it. Or we might... The ram has a fifth wheel. We might just be able to use the ram to pull the trailer. Which would be great. Means we wouldn't have to buy a semi-truck so soon. Or we could wait to buy a semi-truck, rather. Definitely have to try that, because we definitely need a bigger liquid tanker. And if the ram can't handle the tanker, then we'll... Or if the ram can't attach to the tanker, then we'll buy a dolly for it. But I'd rather just have the... I really hope the ram can just attach to it. I also hope it's not horribly expensive. Did I rent the dolly used in the poplar harvest? Oh, you mean the truck? No, I used the money cheat, purchased it, and then said it was owned by the lumber mill. And then when the poplar harvest was over, I put the money cheat back on and sold it. So we didn't gain or lose any money for using that. It was just a way to be able to maneuver our trailer back into the cell area. Just because I think that's a bad design. It's the only thing on this map that I think is a bad design so far. rented the harvester that was used in the poplar harvest. I do own a dolly already. It is attached to the dump truck. The dump truck uses a dolly and pulls the large semi-trailer behind it as well. So that's our grain train, so to speak. But I'd rather just leave that attached to the dump truck. We can probably sell our small pickup as well. Probably won't be using it very much. You know what? Instead of buying a bunch of fertilizer, I might rent a slurry spreader, because we have a lot of digestate up at the biogas plant ready to be used. I don't know how fast we would tear through that, though. Or exactly how much we have. Once I own the bigger liquids transport trailer, we can just transport it to the farm, see how much we have, and go from there. It's probably not enough to take care of these huge fields with, but we might be able to do our smaller fields with it. That might save us some money. And it would let us do something we haven't done before. great demand for wood chips. Well, I don't have any. Already sold them all at great demand. Really not making terrible time on this field. And yeah, it's time consuming, but it's farming simulator. Everything's time consuming. Windmills just chugging along, making us money. Love it. Alright, we might take a break from plowing here when we're done, because this is something I can really do off camera. And doesn't really make for great live stream content. So we might just shut the tractor down here when we get to the end of this row and take a look into that trailer I wanted to buy and get some fluids moved around. Alright. Let's leave that there for now. Let's bring this up to the store. See, it has a fifth wheel hitch in it, so I think we should be able to use it to pull this trailer. But I'm really not sure, because the truck is not set up like you'd expect a truck that can pull a fifth wheel would be set up. So it's probably going to look a little glitchy if it does work. It's going to be like clipping through the sidewalls and stuff at the back. I think the author of this truck intended to put a gooseneck in there and just got it wrong and put a fifth wheel hitch in there instead of a gooseneck hitch. Still love the truck overall though. Whoops. Huh. Wrong button. I meant to turn on my turn signal and accidentally switched. Now I'm in a no passing zone. Alrighty. I have a feeling this isn't going to work like I want it to. Actually, I kind of hope it doesn't work like I want it to, just because then it means the truck is a little more accurate than what I already think it is. Because I don't think it's very accurate right now. Alright. Do we have it in here? Yes, we do. Multi-tank. Carries everything. 60,000 liters of everything. I don't think I have a better choice. No, I don't. Tension belts, low pro dynamic. I don't know what the difference is between these two. That's fine. Okay. That's just fuel. So, don't want to use that one. We get this one. I want to change the main color to... how about orange? Why not? Wheel setup, standard, rim color, black rims. There we go. Let's see what happens here. It collides. Though everything else will just phase through that tailgate. This will not. Alright, I'm going to try to be sneaky here. And if this works, it means we're going to need to do this, like, with the Bobcat every time we want to attach or detach this trailer. I wish the tailgate on this truck would just work, but it doesn't. So we're going to try doing this. Apparently it's too heavy to do that. What if we come in from the side? With the truck, I mean. If this works, I'm going to laugh. I don't think it's going to. Oh, God. When models collide. Good grief. And no one is in the stream to see that. Are you serious? Oh, we've had like 6 viewers consistently throughout the stream, and now there's nobody. So, you people that are watching the archive, you're the only ones that are going to get to see that. So yeah, that's just not going to work. That's fine. We'll just have to buy the dolly. Probably would work if the collisions weren't messed up and if the tailgate lowered, but you know, whatever. I'm not a mod author. Alrighty. Another $9,000 later. Are you kidding me? Well, it's not hooked to the dolly. I'm going to be so mad if this doesn't work. There we go. Like, there's no reason this shouldn't work. Alright. Oh no! The truck is struggling to pull this while it's full. I did not expect that. I thought we'd be able to pull this no problem. I wonder if it's just the slurry that's causing this much problem, or if water's going to be no problem. And we can always just use the dump truck to pull it if we need to. Oh, Johan, good, you're still here. Just was my viewer count glitching out then. Oh yeah, we're struggling to pull this thing. I think we're gonna have to use the dump truck to pull this thing. That's alright, it's not the end of the world. Just not ideal. Oh, Johan. Huh. Yeah, I'm sure you would enjoy that. Alright. Well, I guess we'll just leave this trailer, like, here. Oops. That's what I wanted to detach. Oh well. Let's see how the dump truck does pulling it. Should do fine. Just looks a little weird, but that's fine. You know what we could do? We could fill this up with solid fertilizer while we're up here. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Yep, use what you got. I wonder if I can fill this up directly from the point or if I have to use the shovel. Just so there's no confusion, I'm going to detach the trailer here. This would be... No, we can't. Oh, wait. Grab that Manitou. Thought I could fit through that gap. Nope. Just put a new dent in the dump truck. fertilizer is way more expensive than what I remembered. Here I was thinking that we were going to be able to get like a full trailer load. Over $10,000 per bucket of fertilizer. This bucket of fertilizer costs more than the dolly we just bought. But I know for a fact the amount of digestate that we, the amount of digestate, there we go, I don't know why that didn't sound right the first time I said it, but the amount of digestate. Even the dump truck is struggling a little bit to pull this full trailer. And we should be okay on seed, at least for the time being. It's definitely pulling the trailer better than the pickup truck did, and that's what's important. How embarrassing is that, being passed by a dump truck pulling a really heavy trailer? Yeah, it definitely has a lot of weight, Johan. let's get this unloaded. Skid loader in the way. Yep. That should be out of the way enough. There we go. Alright, and while I'm thinking about it, why don't we sell the eggs that the chickens produced last season? Actually, last 2 seasons. I don't think I ever sold the fall eggs, so we got fall and winter eggs to sell. And while we're up there, we'll grab another load of digestate. And we'll probably call it an episode at that point. So things to watch out for on the channel, guys. Like I said, the new video series with American Truck Simulator. I'll be recording the first episode of that today. So look for that being posted on the channel in the next couple days. Again, just going over the channel update. Sorry, I was reading your comment, Johan. How much horsepower has a truck got in the U.S.? Well, it depends on the truck, just like anywhere else. But yeah, a few new things with the channel. For those of you that don't have Twitter but still want to follow me on social media, I created a Facebook page, and it is on your screen now. It's at a Shadowbox, or there's a link in the description. As far as other new things, you can see it also on your screen in the upper left corner. There's a donation box now. What you're seeing there, that $35, $33, whatever, that was just a test donation from Streamlabs, so that's not actually real, it's just the text. So, yeah, still at 0 donations so far, which is fine. I didn't expect to get any on the first day that I announced it. That's just there in case somebody is feeling generous. So link to donations are in the description, link to all my social media is in the description. I did not pick up the eggs because I was talking. And all the donations that I get will go towards the channel. Specifically what I'm saving for right now is purchasing the professional license for Prepared so we can get Flight Sim going again. And the American Truck Sim videos will be taking the place of the Flight Sim videos until I can afford to get Prepared. The cost of the Prepared license is $199 US. And the reason I'm going for the professional license instead of for the academic license is 2 reasons. First reason is I don't qualify for the academic license. I am not an undergraduate STEM major. And the second reason is the academic license leaves a watermark on your screen, and I don't want that. So I drove past the chickens. So yeah, the professional license says that it can be used for learning and simulating, which is what we would be doing. We would be simulating. So that will be the license that I go for. Well, it started looking like it was going to be a good backing, and then ended horribly. Alright, lots of eggs. 1,132 eggs. Do we collect the eggs like that? Yes, we do. I'd also like to increase the amount of sheep that we have. I think we could safely double the amount of sheep that we have and not fall behind on food production. But that will take a lot of money. In fact, we can check really quick. I also didn't need to come here, but that's fine. Okay, sheep. They cost 4.5 thousand each, essentially. And I have 30, I think? 35? Oh, right, because they breed. Duh. So I would want to buy 60. I would want to buy another 30. Which is a lot. Which is a lot. Essentially 15,000 more dollars. So, I mean, with the windmill, just a couple of days, really. We would definitely be producing wool a lot faster when we do that. Alright, $6,000. Oh, look at that. We could buy the sheep now if we wanted to. That's okay. Let's just get our trailer of digestate back to the farm, and then we're going to wrap up the live stream. Oh, is it empty? Nope, there we go. Had the wrong tool selected. Alright, so that's 240,000 liters of digestate we've taken out of here. So how much do we have left? $200,000. So another three trailers. That's alright, we won't do that right now. Don't like how this trailer tends to skate around on the dolly. The other trailer doesn't do that. I think it's because it's back heavy. Normally, if you're fishtailing like that, you accelerate, and it'll straighten itself out. Accelerate in a straight line, and it'll straighten itself out. But did not seem to be working with this trailer. Go. It's parked up back here. And this can come back in the garage. Alright guys, this is where we are going to wrap up the live stream. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Johan, really nice to see you again. Thanks for sticking around for like the whole stream. That's awesome. And, yeah, guys, this has been Farming Simulator on Lone Oak Farm using seasons. This is our 3rd year, and I'm looking forward to what this year has in store. So, until next time, guys, have a good one.